Today we talk a free Mew in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, Mario Kart gets a free update completely out of the blue, Shell, the nominees for the annual Game Awards have been officially announced, and Super Smash Bros. Melee goes pro, officially. All that and much more on today's edition of Mii Weekly. Let's do this! Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Mii Weekly, this time for Friday, November 19th, 2021. I'm Hero TJ with Nintendo Wire coming to you from Taipei, Taiwan. I've got all sorts of nice little news nuggets for you this week, so let's jump right in. Coming in first place, Mario Kart Home Circuit gets a free update. You can now connect two carts to one Nintendo Switch for a split-screen multiplayer experience, or play any Grand Prix Cup with 2 to 4 players in the new Relay Race multiplayer mode. And there's more. The Luigi Cup is here. You can enjoy 3 new tracks with this cup. Plus, you can even unlock the new Poltergust G00 and a spooky horn. I'm not sure how many of you out there actually picked this up. I do have the Mario and Luigi car that I purchased for my kids last Christmas, and sadly I have to say the game has been pretty much a dud. I will admit my available space is not ideal, but the few times we have attempted to play it, the game seems to struggle with registering when I complete a lap. So even though I very oftentimes have been the first one to finish, not to toot my own horn, but I mean, let's face it, I smoked those Koopa kids. But when I crossed that finish line to collect my accolades, for some reason, it didn't close out. So I just basically had to sit there and watch all the Koopalings one by one pass me up until the race was over. That was pretty frustrating. That notwithstanding, the AR technology is really cool, and the carts themselves handle really well. Is this update enough to get me to go back and play? Nah, probably not. It's really annoying to set up. Time to ready your A-game, Super Smash Bros. Competitors. Nintendo has partnered with Panda Global to launch the first officially licensed Super Smash Bros. Championship circuit in North America, coming next year. I know it gets pulses racing to know that competitive Super Smash Bros. Melee is alive and well. It's also worth noting that Ultimate will also be featured. Panda Global has confirmed there will be cash prizes and more details for this short series of events to come later. Jeff Keighley has announced the nominees for this year's Game Awards. Not surprisingly, Nintendo is recognized with many honors, including Metroid Dread, which has not only been nominated for Best Action Adventure Game, but also for Game of the Year, alongside Deathloop, It Takes Two, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, and Resident Evil Village. I'm not personally going to weigh in on the Game of the Year nominees, seeing as how Metroid Dread is the only one I've even played, and I wouldn't say it's really left the strongest impression on me, but more on that later. Nintendo was also recognized in several other categories, including the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel for Most Anticipated, and Mario Party Superstars, New Pokemon Snap, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, and WarioWare Get It Together competing for Best Family Game, and about 20 other nominations for games appearing on Nintendo Switch. The Game Awards is scheduled to stream live December 9th, and you can cast your vote at thegameawards.com. A free demo for Big Brain Academy Brain vs. Brain is now available on the Nintendo eShop, so you can test your mental mettle in advance of the game's release on December 3rd. This is a game I would say I have maybe passing interest in, so I love the fact that there's a demo so I could take it for a spin and see if it's worth occupying space in my brain. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl released today. If that wasn't enough to get Pokefans excited, Nintendo revealed that you can acquire mythical Pokemon Mew and Jirachi. Details on exactly how you can do this are available on NintendoWire.com, or you can scroll through Nintendo's official Twitter account. The gist of it is that you have to talk to a particular NPC, and if you have the save data from either Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee, you'll receive Mew as a gift. A different NPC in the same location will grant you Jirachi if you have save data from Pokemon Sword or Shield. To help celebrate the release of Game & Watch, The Legend of Zelda, and The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD, get your My Nintendo Platinum points ready for this stylish Hylian Shield-inspired phone ring holder, available next month as a My Nintendo reward. No details as of yet on how many points will be required, but as a point of reference, other ring holders available as Nintendo Store rewards would set you back 500 of your precious hard-earned Platinum points. I wonder if they'll ship one to Taiwan. Now playing. I feel like I've got all kinds of games that I want to be playing, but when I manage to steal a few minutes, I keep going back to Animal Crossing. My castle's coming along nicely, and this last week, I've had particular fun playing with friends, which is really the special secret sauce of the game, in my opinion. I owe much of my castle construction project to the Dragon Queen Dracozilla 87. I swapped salmon and recipes with my friend and AC Master Affinity for Anime, and I did a little insider trading on the stock market with longtime friend of the show, Splash of Color. I also want to give a special thanks to Splash of Color for answering the call for the gamer chair that I issued in last week's edition. Fun all around. On another front, I've nearly completed the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity Guardian of Remembrance DLC, and I don't want to let another week go by without sharing my experience. To put it simply, I loved it. I know this game was fairly well received at the time of its release, but most people got their fill and moved on. I haven't really heard too much buzz or talk about the DLC. The first wave of the DLC, I'll admit, was a little bit light on interesting content, but Guardian of Remembrance sucked me back in. It reminded me how much I love all these characters, and I will say deepened my appreciation for the unique interactions that the alternate timeline of Age of Calamity has allowed for. Maybe many of the in-game moments were more touching or impactful to me because of how invested I am in these characters in this world. Maybe I am kind of a sucker for this kind of stuff. So needless to say, it has been pretty fun for me, and I did try out co-op for the first time. I guess I didn't realize it, but I had 100%ed the base game without ever even playing multiplayer once. But many of the missions for the DLC, I joined forces with my kids, and it was a really good time. I've got one or two more missions that I'd like to complete, so I'm excited to go back and finish those off when I can finally pull myself away from Animal Crossing. This episode's Spirit of the Week comes from Chloe Klingman. We're looking at number 733, 9-Volt, and also 18-Volt. From the WarioWare series. 9-Volt first appeared in WarioWare Inc. Mega Micro Games, and 18-Volt debuted in WarioWare Twisted. The artwork here is from WarioWare Gold. And just to be clear, 9-Volt is the little one in yellow. 9-Volt is an old school gaming grade schooler. He's also a WarioWare series mainstay who's obsessed with Nintendo games and has some serious skateboarding, DJing, and yo-yo skills. Micro games centered around classic Nintendo games is his jam, and he's been known to sneak and play them late into the night, a habit that often evokes the rage of his mother, which is the inspiration for the WarioWare Gamer stage that debuted in Smash for Wii U, and makes a return in Ultimate. 9-Volt loves hanging with his pal 18-Volt, who joined the WarioWare series in Twisted. In Get It Together, he's described as an overgrown school kid with mad rapping skills and retro gaming skills. He loves to play with his pint-sized pal 9-Volt. Both 9-Volt and 18-Volt are playable in WarioWare Get It Together for Nintendo Switch. Should you equip their spirit in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, you'll be granted Zap Floor immunity. Thanks to Chloe for the suggestion. If there's a spirit you'd like to see as the Spirit of the Week, please let me know in the comment section below, and if yours is selected, you'll be recognized in the episode with an on-screen credit, just like Chloe. Now it's time to sound off. With Animal Crossing and Hyrule Warriors taking up so much of my gaming time, I haven't really prioritized finishing Game of the Year nominee, Metroid Dread. In fact, it's slowly starting to go the way of every other Metroid game that I've ever played. I put in a little bit of time, get lost, find a power-up, get lost some more, fight a boss, get lost again. I enjoy Samus so much as a character that I keep trying to force it, but if I'm honest with myself, Metroid Dread is a game that I'm never in the mood to play. And when I'm playing it, I'm not really having any fun. I do want to finish it. I want to go through and at least have the satisfaction of completion, but it's hard to motivate myself to play a game that I don't really enjoy. So my question for you is, have you ever fallen off a game? Or maybe a better question would be, what game have you fallen off of? And I'm curious to know why too. So share your experience in the comment section below. And that's a wrap on another edition of Mii Weekly. Thank you so much for joining me. Stay close to Nintendo Wire as we continue to deliver the Nintendo news all the way through the rest of the year. I hope to see you right back here again next Friday. Until then, have a super awesome, amazing week. This is Hero TJ signing out. Thanks for playing.